Who's going to turn around and give him a first-round pick now for a backup quarterback? All the jobs are gone.
Everybody buckle up for this.
This is the Lombardi Line with former NFL executive Michael Lombardi. Now here is your host, Stormy Bonatoni, on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
It is no way or no doubt. And Michael, before we get to some of the other ones, you did have some breaking news. I'll just put it in the form of a no way, no doubt question for you. Joey Bosa re-signing with the Chargers. Was there no way or no doubt that this was going to happen?
There was no doubt it was going to happen. I mean, look, Bosa is a frustrating player because he's extremely talented, but he's hurt all the time, which makes him frustrating, right? You know, he can't seem to stay on the field, but his value as a pass rusher, his ability to still rush is something that, you know, every team wants. And to think that he was just going to be out there for nothing, yeah, there was no way. And he had so much Paragraph 5 money that he was going to be able to convert it and lower his cap numbers. So there was no doubt that this was going to happen. I said it yesterday. They had so many options to get below the cap. People look at their cap and say, oh, what are they doing? Well, Ed McGuire's a pretty good cap guy. He knows what he's doing, and he did it.
So no doubt it is, in fact, done. Joey Bosa going back to the Chargers along with Khalil Mack after letting go of Mike Williams yesterday. So very busy free agency period here for the Chargers. No way or no doubt that the Atlanta Falcons, now with KC8 going to the ATL, will win a playoff game in Kirk Cousins' first year as a starter. Remember, they're the odds-on favorite to win the NFC South now, minus $1.25. No way or no doubt that they at least win one game in the postseason.
Well, it would be only the second of his career. I say no way. I'll go no way there. I mean, look, let's be clear here now. Let's be clear. I know everybody's running to the window, and I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying don't run to the window so fast, right? Because let's just take a look. The last game that they played in Chicago, cold, rainy, snowy, the Bears, who can't scored 37 on their defense. The next week they go into New Orleans and they give up 48, right? So, and they lose to Carolina in Carolina 9-7. So, I really don't want to. And then they lost to Tampa the week before when they had the lead. They were up 25-23, I think, at the time, or 22. And Baker takes them right down the field and scores, and they win the game 29-25. So, tell me that they're a great defensive team. Everybody says they're one player away. Whenever you're one player away, you're really not.
Falcons, by the way, have not won a playoff game since the 2017-18 wildcard round against the Rams. Cousins, 12 years a starter, or 12 years in the league at least, one career playoff win. No way or no doubt, this is for the Femmies, the me's of the world out there. No way or no doubt that the Cowboys' inactivity in free agency will come back to bite Jera and America's team in the regular season.
Well, I think the regular season is going to bite them, but I don't think it's because of free agency. I think it's because they're not as talented as a team as everybody thinks they are. And I think that their cap is going to create some problems. So for me, I see this as I'm not optimistic about their season next year. And also, too, because we know the NFC East champ never repeats. Right. I mean, we just know that, right?
Hadn't happened in 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just going to say it, but it's not because they're not active in free agency. It's because I think their team is top-heavy with the great players that they have, but they don't have enough depth. They're going to have a great, great draft this year.
So, Femi, if you're listening, that means Michael's saying no way that the inactivity is going to be what bites Dallas. It's going to be they're just not that good. Cowboys are plus $1.30, right, by the way, to win the division, tied with the Eagles at plus $1.30, the Giants and the Commanders long shots at $7.50 and 10-1 respectively. No way or no doubt. Oh boy, Bears fans, everybody buckle up for this one. Justin Fields will be traded before week 1 of the 2024 season, before the start of the 2024 NFL draft.
No doubt. I mean, look, they can't bluff it anymore, right? I mean, they're trying to pretend that they don't have. They're trying to pretend that they haven't tried to trade him. Everybody knows he's available. Well, first of all, why haven't you? If you don't trade him when there's jobs open, when are you going to try to trade him? If you expect, think about how dumb that statement was Poles made. If you expect to get a first-round pick or a deal similar to what Alex Smith got, 2 third-round picks. Now, Alex Smith won 38 games, and your boy Fields has won 10. But let's just say, if you expect to get a deal, a starting quarterback deal, wouldn't you want to make the trades when the starting quarterback jobs were open? Who's going to turn around and give him a first-round pick now for a backup quarterback?
No doubt.
But think about how dumb that statement is, and no one called him out on it. No one called him out on it. Like, why, you're negligent at your job if you haven't, because all the jobs are gone. All the jobs are gone.
The game of musical chairs for quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks in the NFL, are being filled up. So I'm with you. By the way, so again, that's no doubt he'll be traded before next month's April draft. No way, no doubt that the Vikings, even though Kirk Cousins has exited stage left, they will not let the same thing happen. No way, no doubt the Vikings sign Justin Jefferson to an extension this offseason.
I think there's no doubt they do it. I think they're more than willing to. They're more than happy to. I think they know that they're going to have to pay him more than Tyreek Hill. I think this is a debate between, do we pay him 31, do we pay him 30.5, or does he get up to 34? I think that's the conversation. I think they're in the ballpark. They're not in different planets. And I think because of that, they'll be able to get it done.
This is a very interesting one to me because no way or no doubt that next year's NFL MVP currently is sitting at 15-1 or higher at DraftKings. No way or no doubt. I mean, look at that number, Michael. 15-1 feels pretty juicy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I think with Henry behind him, it really helps him because it ends up giving him he'll be under center more because Henry's not a offset back shotgun runner. He can do it, but that's not his thing. His thing is deep eye, outside inside zone with power, which really sets up well for Lamar because I think Lamar needs to be under center more. So. But it's so hard to win it 2 years in a row unless they just have a great year. And my sense of it is that I don't think that they can have the same year they had last year. Losing McDonald's hard. They hired Zach Orr to be the defensive coordinator. He's only been coaching for 3 years. Like, I know McDonald was a young coach too, but McDonald had a lot more experience. I know Zach Orr played in the league, but I think playing chess on Sunday with only 3 years of experience is rather difficult.
This is another interesting one because you're going to get multiple teams here in this no way or no doubt. That next year's champion in the Super Bowl, I can only give you 10-1 or shorter at DK. So those 10-1 or shorter, this would be your field, Michael. Bills, 10-1. Ravens, 9-1. Chiefs to go three-peat, never been done before in the history of the NFL. 6-1. Or the Niners are plus 550. No way or no doubt that that's your options on your menu list, 10-1 or shorter, that they are the Super Bowl champion, one of those 4 teams.
I would say no way. There's always some surprise, and I think that it's too hard to just narrow it down. I think the Niners have to prove that they can fix some of the areas. I think they're certainly in contention. Kansas City is. I think you can eliminate some teams immediately, David, but I think to me the Lions, you have to consider them. The Bengals, you have to consider them. I think the Eagles, you have to consider them. I think the Packers, you have to consider them. I think I would have to put those teams in there.
So we're going to go no chance there. Play the longer numbers there than the 4 short faves here at 10-1. I'm with you in the Bill. Like the Bills, to me, that number is not big enough for me right now. They got a lot of holes to fill here, as we've seen certainly in free agency. And the Cowboys I saw was 17-1. I mean, it feels about right. Probably should be a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I mean, I didn't put the Cowboys in my group, but I don't know how you ignore the Detroit Lions. I mean, they got 2 starting corners now. Amik Robinson, they get Carlton Davis. That's what they needed to improve, and they still have a draft ahead of them.
Still can't believe they didn't win that game against the Niners, but that's neither here nor there.